everybody. I'm your host, Jaime Soretta. On this podcast, we celebrate everything local in Arizona. Our next guest is bringing bold, fresh flavors to the Valley with AZ Lemonade Stand. It's AZ, not Arizona, right, Kyle?
Correct.
So I have Kyle Hollenbeck with me. Kyle, tell me about this business because this goes back to childhood as far as your partnership and everything.
Yeah, so Chef Tom, my business partner, and I, we started with a food truck about 2013. It's called Aoli Burger, and we've kind of just grown everything from that. But we met in middle school, Shea Middle School, so we're Arizona natives. And I got him his first restaurant job at My Big Fat Greek Restaurant. He was always a culinary-driven individual where he went on to go to do big things like Culinary Institute of America, in Hyde Park, New York, and he worked at the Greenbrier in West Virginia, where like every president's ever stayed. And old friend of ours, him and I tricked Tommy into moving back here with his girlfriend at the time, now wife, and we're like, hey, take that $100,000 debt you have in school, and why don't you start a food truck with us? And he'll tell you it was the best thing he ever did, but it took us probably 10 years for him to feel that way.
So you guys are Valley locals. Mm-hmm. You grew up in the Shaberhood where Aoli Burger is now.
Pre-Shaberhood.
Yes, before they had the cool name.
It was just where the 51 ended, I think.
And you mentioned Big Fat Greek, that restaurant that was right there at Tatum and Shea. For folks who don't know, that was a long time ago as well. So I love that you have nurtured this relationship with the two of you and being able to be business partners for so long, because the burger, did the restaurant start in 2013 or did the food trucks?
The food trucks did. The restaurant opened, I think, 2016 is when we opened 32nd and Shea. And we had some expansion with that. We opened up one on 7th Street in Bell during COVID. It was a great leasing opportunity, but I think hindsight, we were opening that. We bought our first commercial kitchen, where we rent to a ton of different food entrepreneurs. And then we opened up inside of Fry's, which was what kind of sprawled this lemonade thing. Yeah,
because while we're talking about Aoli Burger, and you guys get tons of awards and popular votes at festivals and such, AZ Lemonade Stand has taken off. And this is something you guys kind of like leaned back into during COVID. I remember talking to you guys and telling me how were you working in a commercial kitchen space during the time and making this lemonade?
Yeah, I mean, to be quite honest with you, we opened up an Aoli Burger in a Fry's grocery store. And I always make this joke, Fry's doesn't like it, but I make the joke that not everyone wants a gourmet burger while they're shopping, but they definitely would take lemonade. And so when we moved in, they said, you got to put something in the cold case. So we slapped an Aoli Burger sticker on it, and Tommy always made great lemonades and put it in a mason jar. And it was probably we were selling more lemonade than burgers.
Oh my gosh.
And they said, why don't you put a brand behind it?
Yeah.
And I think Tommy made a logo on paint, not even like Canva back then. And we luckily we have a very experienced creative director, Brand, who took it and actually made it into a logo and then brand. And we just leaned into it because it just kept moving. And we started distributing it ourselves. We didn't know what we were doing. We were just selling directly to different local stores. And we started getting into AJ's and Bash's, and Fry started giving us more locations, and then started partnering up with distributors and kind of took it from there.
And take it from there, that means what? Because you have launched majorly just recently. How far? What are we talking? How many stores?
Yeah, so we're in over 1,500 stores now, starting very basic with what we were doing. We didn't know what we were doing. We were making lemonade and putting it in a jar. Yeah. Very fortunately, Tommy's father was in food manufacturing for 35 years, so he helped us make it shelf stable, and we also partnered with Iconic Cocktail, and Matt Farrow helped us kind of create a process on making the lemonade so it would be shelf stable. You can put it on a dry rack, because cold space is very expensive in these stores. Yeah. And luckily, we own commercial kitchens where we could manufacture it ourselves, and we probably made too many flavors at the beginning. We were all over the place with it, and we've kind of started honing it in, because not only are we in 1,500 stores, but we're in 7 other states outside of Arizona now.
So how does that feel to say?
It's crazy. It's nerve-wracking. It's amazing. We're very fortunate. I think it's tough when you're like, hey, what if we make a mistake and now it's in Idaho? You can't. Yeah. So I think our process has had to change. We've had to really dial things in. I mean, we're basically brewing this lemonade. We have a very similar process to what brewers are doing with beer. Obviously no alcohol in it, but we have to brew it up to a certain temp and we have to bottle it, and there's a whole process to manufacturing it as well.
Well, and then so that's happening in your commercial kitchens.
Yeah, we're doing that at our Sunny Slope 7th Street and Dunlap location, the original BLT kitchens. Tommy's a chef by trade, but he's always been the guy that's had to wear different hats and adapt. So he's really overseeing a great production team that's just incredible with what we're doing right now.
We can still go get a burger in the neighborhood, though, right?
Absolutely.
Okay.
Aoli Burger's not going anywhere.
Okay, so that's there. And then not only do you have the commercial kitchen for your own lemonade use and production, but you open up your doors so other local entrepreneurs can rent space in there and create as well. How many different people are working out of your spaces? What's happening there?
So we have 3 locations now, and we have 300 plus tenants. We fell backwards into this. I always say the harder you work, the luckier you get, right?
Yes.
March 15th, 2020 was when our SBA loan went through. So that's when the world came to a screeching halt, and you were probably reporting on the NBA and LPGA and MLB not even being, doing games anymore. We bought a 14,000 square foot facility thinking we were going to grow our food truck business, our restaurant business. And people started calling and saying, hey, do you have space? And we said, that's one thing we do have. So we started renting to different entrepreneurs, and we're Maricopa County approved facilities. So anything from if you made salsa, if there was a meal prep company, they can rent from us. And we leaned into that, and we opened up our one in Mesa, and we also opened one up in Glendale as well.
What does that bring to you? I imagine it's like-minded people.
Of course.
People who are kind of dealing with, how do I get the sticker to fit on the jar correctly? And there's a lot of the same kind of questions that they have. That who else do you ask?
Yeah, I mean, it's a great ecosystem.
Yeah.
It feels very fluid where all these entrepreneurs are working together. We've seen people come in there with, 2 different groups with 2 different business partners, and 2 business partners not having the stomach and leaving, and then these 2 coming together to create a business. We've seen everything from people grow so much they have to move out, which is something that we're happy to see. It's one of those things that we really enjoy. It also helps that we're also in the business. So we do different programs where we're catering all the time at ASU, and we do things for companies like Insight, where we send a cart to the tech company Insight once a week, and almost every week it's a different company from our commissary doing like a snack.
Oh, fun.
So it gives them revenue streams. We're able to continue to give the client variety, and it's just one of those things that we're trying to build on. We're trying to be more of a service-based business, not just, hey, we're your landlord, where's the rent? We want to continue to give them business and help them grow and help them with food buying and different things as well.
Well, that leads in perfectly to this grant that you offer as well.
Yeah.
Tell me about this.
So this will be our second year doing this. We did a entrepreneurial grant. I think National Entrepreneur Day is in November. And we did this grant last year, and Classics Bartending won it. And they're a great group of ladies who own a really cool bartending company where they're doing really awesome flavors and different mixers and such. And basically you can submit a video. We will work with them on, hey, how would you use this grant? Which the grant basically gives them free kitchen time, gives them opportunities to work with Jen Pruitt, our PR person, marketing with Bran on our side.
We love her.
Yes, she's the best.
Hi, Jen. She's right over our shoulder.
And we're really just looking to continue to grow what we're doing there. I mean, for us, it's an awesome way to give back. We want them to get so big that they need to continue to rent from us, but what was cool was a lot of the people that submitted last year, even if they didn't win, we still gave them discounted rates and we brought them in. And I mean, even though only one person wins, I think we had 10 or 15 companies start from this.
Oh, wow.
And I think a majority of them are still in business, which is tough after the first year.
Yeah, well, I mean, we know that for sure. So what's drop a couple names of some of the people who are working out of your commercial kitchen.
Absolutely. Iconic Cocktail is a great one. We also work with Custom Provisions is a great meal prep company, On the Road Meals, The Vegan Taste, 3D Salsa. We really have some great brands. These are people that you can find at places like AJ's, Energy Balls, and Pro Keto is another one. Protein Snacks, he changed his name, excuse me. And you can, but any farmer's market you go to, especially like uptown, a lot of these people are there selling their products.
How fun.
Yeah,
How fun. Well, let's talk about the lemonade because we have a variety of them in
Yes,
front
we
of
do.
us now. You had mentioned when you first started you had a ton of flavors. Did you dial that back a little bit? Because I see a lot of flavors in front of us.
Yeah, we still have a lot. And you have to change up packaging size
yes.
too for certain locations. You know, the mason jar is great, but for single consumption, we came up with the 16-ounce PET plastic. So those go into a lot of gas stations where you can kind of grab and go.
Yes.
But people will grab the mason jar and just drink right out of it too. I won't make you do that. So that's our strawberry, probably the most popular besides maybe prickly pear here.
Oh, yeah.
Very
All right, hand
Arizona.
me that prickly pear. I got to try
There
that.
you go.
too.
You gotta try that.
And what is the official drink of Arizona?
It's lemonade.
Stop
So
it.
I think in 2018, Doug Ducey passed lemonade to be the official drink of
Oh my
Arizona.
gosh.
So we
I
always
think it'd
joke.
be the Arnold Palmer.
Yeah, you know, I mean, we do that. We have a Jamaica. People can make a Arnold Palmer with our, our prickly pear and that. We always push. But with the lemonade, we do still have a lot of SKUs, a lot of flavors, I should say.
Yeah.
But we really are trying to dial it in with the expansion and with the growth. And then we start rotating seasonals. So we've done everything from collabs with Love Pup or Joy Bus to raise money with our peach flavor to Phoenix Rising Soccer Club. We have a Raspberry Rising that we only run during the soccer season.
I just think of, I think interviewing you guys at the Aoli Burger during COVID times and how you guys were getting through it and Tom sent me home with a lemonade.
Yeah.
So this is kind of what we're doing now.
Yeah.
And then every time I see it in the grocery stores or in the gas stations, I'm like, oh my God. Like what growth you guys have had in
We're very
5
fortunate.
years.
Yeah.
Yeah, it must be.
Yeah, I mean, it was
incredible.
really 2022 was really like we played around with it from 2020 to 2022. We were selling it in fries, we were selling it in the restaurant, we were selling it on the food trucks. But to make it shelf stable and make it a true product, there's a science piece to it that, luckily he's a mad scientist in the kitchen, but still there's like this whole other element to it where we're very fortunate for his father being around and involved, where we're very fortunate that he helped us, well, guys, you can't do that because you got to follow this rule and stuff like
What
that.
kind of work did he do? What was
He
doing?
was in food manufacturing for a long time, anything from coffee creamers to nuts to, so he sometimes he tells us something and we're like, okay, how do we do that in our shoebox is what I call it, our production room.
Yeah.
We don't have the, multi-million-dollar facility, but we've been able to really dial this in. And yeah, from 2022 to today, I mean, it's been explosive growth and we're very fortunate. And, I've learned a lot on beverage. It's not about getting in. A lot of times they say is the easy part, getting into some of these stores, which it's not easy at all, but they say that, but it's the pull through. It's once you're in, does it sell? And there's just a lot of, following up with the distributor, making sure it's getting merchandised, making sure you're in these stores, talking to people because there's so many offerings. I mean,
Right.
that's why I would never do an energy drink. I think there's a
lot.
million.
Well, for a business that may be thinking, oh, it's my dream to be in the store shelves.
Yeah.
How do you get your foot in the door like that?
We have an amazing sales team. We have brought in some really strong leaders that have been involved with brands like Body Armor and those, and literally from the beginning stages to the exit, which is what typically happens in these. A Coke or a Pepsi will come along, and write you a check, and you'll go, okay, they're like, you're annoying us, get out of our way, So you got to kind of annoy everyone in the business.
Yes.
You got to try and start taking space from them, and then they'll go, get out of my way. And usually you just go along with that because,
The check is big.
besides like Arizona Iced Tea, they're like a family-owned business still. They're not made in Arizona. They're made in New York, but they're
Love the name, though.
love the name, respect the hustle. The fact that they're still doing it is amazing.
That's true.
The fact that nobody's bought them is incredible. I think
yeah.
they're still like father, son, mom, sons still running it. It's pretty cool, but that's what eventually happens in this space is it kind of drive you to you got to sell, I think, eventually, which I think that's why we're working on candy and other things.
So you just launched the candy. Tell me what's going on with this candy.
So yeah, AZ Candy Stand. We're really looking to get Arizona flavors and do our spin of some fun different candies. The one you're handling there is our spicy gushies, where it's like a spicy candy version, which is obviously very popular right now. We're in Circle K. We're in
Yes.
about-
How cool is that?
I mean,
are you
it's
just
crazy.
like, is it just nuts?
Well, it's funny. The Circle K story was funny. We went to talk about lemonade, and the guy said, "Where's the candy?" And we said, "We were barely getting this out there yet." And we're like, "Oh, we'll bring it back tomorrow." And he goes, "Okay, I want it." And it's not always that easy.
So did he know it was coming?
He had tried it, but we were under the impression that it was a lemonade meeting. So, it's funny. We've been trying to get the lemonade in Circle K for so long.
Ooh.
Yeah, it's got a little kick to it.
Everything's very tangy.
It's
the
very
lemonade,
tangy.
woo!
Yep.
It activates your mouth and your taste buds.
And we even do mocktails. We do the Phoenix Rising games where we have a lemonade tent. And you can get spicy candy like in the mocktail. We actually have a liquor license there, so you can actually make it a true cocktail if you'd like to. But it's like a spicy margarita type. You can do that too.
This is good.
Yeah, so we that's going into Circle K. We're launching in Albertsons as well, which is just crazy.
And then you have the lure.
The lure. That's all brand. Brand's our creative director. That's the lizard wizard you'll see on the front, which will probably get a mascot for grand openings. We've always wanted a mascot. I've always wanted a mascot.
Yeah, and he's been creative. So he's dressed in like a brown robe.
Yeah.
He's giving me the side eye. And he's a green little lizard.
And there's a little story on there about what we're trying to do here. But this is just one of those things. Our goal is to roll into a lot of different types of candies and snacks. And we really just want to lean into this Arizona theme. I mean, it's what we are. It's like Tommy and I, born and raised from here. Our families are still here. We grew up here. He left to New York and West Virginia for a little bit. But, you think you get out and they bring you back in, right?
Of course. I know. Well, I mean, a couple of years in a New York winter.
Oh, yeah.
You're like, 110's fine. It's fine. So did you and Tom ever work lemonade stands?
Yeah, funny enough, we both were talking about that. We were asked that in an article, and we both said yes at the same time. And I don't even think we noticed that because we met in middle school, so we're a bit older. But Tommy used to sell duct tape wallets at school. I was selling concert tickets for a local rap group.
Oh my gosh.
We were always kind of entrepreneurial driven, and I was always in sales post restaurants. I worked in restaurants for a few years with him, and worked at the great Le Grand Orange and did all that and love those. And I decided I'm not doing this until I own it next. So I got into sales, and I sold everything from print to Living Social, if you remember. It was like Groupon.
Yes, I do.
Yeah, did the Daily Deal thing, worked at Yelp, was there until they went public. And, that's where I really learned kind of the business side of a lot of things where you need different people in different roles. And I think for so long, Tommy and I were trying to do it all. And now we're really placing people. And hence people like Robert, who we brought on, who's a 25-year veteran in the beverage industry. We were always like, let's hire our friends or our friends' brothers because it'll be easier to manage. And it's like, now you get somebody with experience and you're like, wow, I don't have to micromanage them. Yeah.
Well, how far along the line did you learn that as far as, when you're building out a
10
business?
10 minutes ago? No. To be quite honest with you, probably in the last 24 months, we really started making those moves. So we've been doing this just over a decade, 11 years now. And in the last 2 years, we really started leaning into, hey, it's easier to call Jen instead of reaching out to try and reach out to media people yourself, and you're going in their spam box. Why don't you lean into marketing, lean into the person that's creative, not make your creative director also answer phones. Sometimes we're trying to double dip a lot because although we have Aioli and lemonade and BLT, like I mentioned, in the candy, we still have Modern Tortilla. We have Oakwood Fire Pizza. We own Scratch Culinary, which is a meal prep company where we're doing 3,500 meals a week. We have a full key account catering company where we're catering at ASU. We do 20,000 meals for Thanksgiving for the Amazon fulfillment centers. We do the food and beverage for Turf Paradise, the horse track, where they have a new management company coming in where they're really going to dump some money into that place and really try and, bring it back to its glory days. So, we're just too crazy. We're addicted to this entrepreneurial thing. It really
How
is.
many businesses do you own then?
Last time I counted, I think it was close to 9. We float around 10.
Oh my gosh.
We're always working on other things. We both love consulting. We consult for a lot of the companies that come in. We find ourselves doing that for free. And
but it probably feels so good.
Feels so good. We love seeing it, and then they do it, and they're like, "Oh, you did it." Which I have people that do that. I mean, it's funny. I have mentors that are like, I feel like my son just hit a home run when I'm like, oh, I hired a controller, and they're like, oh, I've only been telling you to do that for 12 months. You can't play CFO, CEO, and COO, so we're really enjoying what we do, but we just want to keep building what we have here in Arizona. I mean, that's what we're really excited about.
Why Arizona?
I mean, besides us growing up here and our families being here, to your point, I mean, I do not ever want to shovel snow. I think it's beautiful to see 4 seasons, but I'm fine with a fall weekend in New York and come back. Or Flagstaff, please, by all means. I mean, you can get there in 2 hours. I love that you can be in Vegas in 4 hours. You can be in Mexico in 4 hours. You can be in San Diego at the beach in 6 hours. I mean, we really do have something here, and just to see it grow. I remember my parents always saying, oh, it was dirt roads on 40th and Bell and back in my day. And you're like, and then now I feel like that old person at 37 where you're like, man, this really grew. You go to the East Valley and you're like, what is this? Queen Creek. I mean, you're like, what is going on?
Yes.
So it's really cool to see. But I mean, I think the nativeness, our family being here, I mean, Arizona's home for us. So I couldn't imagine doing it anywhere else.
Yeah, that's agreed. Same. And I love seeing it grow. And then I also love seeing the people who from the farmers markets build out to become a bigger brand. And then maybe even having some national where they get into the grocery stores like you are.
Of course.
And then I feel like a proud parent. Oh, I interviewed them when they were at the farmers market, and here they are, at the Circle K, and how cool is that? Just to see kind of the growth happen here.
Absolutely. No, I love it. I mean, the people before us, the Huss breweries, the Santans, these companies that you've seen, and then you look at things like Z Tejas where you're like, man, that was like a staple and now it's gone.
Yeah.
So I think that's why we say Aoli Burger will always be there. I mean, although this is something that we're very passionate about, we're never going to forget our firstborn.
Yes, indeed.
We probably give this a little too much attention more than that, but I think this has got national opportunities where to open up restaurants across the country, I mean, you have to be like a Sam Fox dialed in, and have the team. He always talks about his team. And we're just now finally building that the last 2 years.
Wow.
I mean, from what I understand, it took him 10 years to get to that point.
Well, that's where you are.
Yeah.
So who knows what will happen.
I think he was building his team from day one.
Who knows?
Who knows? He's a brilliant man, so it's awesome to see what he does as well.
And I feel like he is kind of a local hero to many people who grew up here, because I remember going to all my different towns, and I always wanted to come back and dine at a Sam Fox, and I would call him like this, like, he had the Midas touch.
Of course.
And he still does.
It's amazing.
And it's really fun to see, now him get attention. So Arizona's getting attention with that just kind of grown-upness, because I think people always thought of Phoenix as kind of this little baby city. We didn't have a lot of local stuff back when I was growing up in the 90s. And now we have these big brands that are sophisticated and now in the grocery stores and stuff like that.
No, it's awesome. And I mean, Sprouts is like one of those other things where I think they have 500 something stores and they're going to be at 1,000 by 2030. And they are here. They're from, their headquarters are here. Headquarters are here, and they're building a big, area out north by like City North and stuff. And I think it's incredible to watch that where, it's not the normal grocer, it's a smaller footprint, and it's cool to see and keep doing that.
And they always carry Phoenix Magazine,
yes,
which I appreciate. When you're looking for your Phoenix Mag, they have it.
There you go.
I noticed that you didn't bring, but I know that you have a zero line.
Yes.
Tell me about the sugar. Is it sugar free?
Yeah, we have a sugar free line. Honestly, it sells very well. So we didn't have any at the kitchen. We were out.
Well,
we were sending pallets out. Yeah, it's really good. Tommy's very passionate about really working on a cleaner version also. So we have a what we call a cleaner version, which there's a lot of buzzwords out there, a lot of things. You try one thing and then someone's going to complain about the other, but he's really dialing it in. Sprouts and Whole Foods, they have like this 300 list of no list, and Trader Joe's so he's taken those lists. He's worked with our production team, and we're really dialing in a version that we think we could put into all these stores. And the hope would be is that that's just the version across the board. So AZ0 was like kind of our first crack at it. And we're always looking to grow on that and make it, so everyone can enjoy it.
Do you like it?
I do. I really do enjoy it. We only have 2 SKUs right now. I'm sales, so I'm always like, we need more SKUs. And he's like, this isn't something I can just create easily.
Yes.
So
I don't have a magic wand.
Yeah. So we're really excited about where that's going. The 2026 area, like we really are hoping to move towards things like organic, and we're just trying to figure all that out so that we can be in places like Sprouts and things like that.
Yeah, no doubt. I mean, and you mentioned that Tommy would kind of, this was his hobby, making lemonade. Mm-hmm. How so? Was it because of the fries and wanting something in the cold case?
It was. I mean,
how do you whip up lemonade?
We went from going from 2013 to 2020 nonstop. I mean, I quit my first job. I quit my job. We bought a truck. Tommy hit the road in January 2013. We bought our second truck in September of 2013. So I had to quit my job. I mean, we took major pay cuts and we're like, let's go all in on this. And we threw ourselves into it. I think that next year, 2014, was when we had the Super Bowl here, maybe. It was, we got to do an event there and we made enough money that we could pay off that second truck. And we're like, oh, this is what we should be doing. Unfortunately, the Super Bowl's not here every year, but we kept chasing those big events. And that's where we've kind of ran into the Phoenix Rising stuff and the Turf Paradise, how we run all the food and beverage for those places now. So for us, it was always, let's just keep growing. 2020 hit. I mean, you have a chef who's always been able to be creative and do this, and people can't gather. We can't have events. Right. I mean, we're doing to go only out of the restaurant, and we're trying to keep everyone employed. Tommy really, I call that his renaissance time where he just got to be creative and to his own maybe demise, because now he's going, we have too much going on, and I go, hey, this was a COVID baby. I don't have to tell you.
You did this.
You did this. I know I pushed you to do it, but I mean, he made 15 flavors of the lemonade, and we were selling them all at one point, and we're like, we got to hone it down. And now we're really trying to stick to like the core five and do the bottles and the glass.
And the core five are?
Original, strawberry, prickly pear, mango, and huckleberry are the ones you'll find all season. We rotate things like raspberry rising. The peach is kind of our one that we try and attach to a charity every year.
Nice.
We really, we do a cranberry and a kiwi, which I think when this comes out, we'll be just releasing that for the holidays, which is always real popular as well.
I heard you say a couple things as far as dialing in your maybe experts, getting people who are already excelling in certain areas and letting them take the reign.
Of course.
I think you... what was we're a controller. Getting what is that?
Yeah, so basically a controller is just under what a CFO would be, you know, a chief financial officer. The controller's working with the bookkeeper, working with the accountants. My answer to everything is go sell more. And that's bailed us out of a lot of things, but it's probably put our back up against the wall where maybe we've done too much. And then Tommy's always just trying to keep costs down. When you have somebody that's actually just able to stare at the numbers all day, which you hand me a P&L and I look at it and go, okay, we made money. Like, I'll go try and sell more. I think it's really one of those things that you had to have somebody just looking at it. So that was a very important role that we wanted to place. And, you know, it's not easy because they're telling you, no, you can't spend that money because you're crazy. And we're like, okay.
You're like, well, that's unnecessary and personal.
But understood.
But, okay, fine. What would be something that you would do differently again?
I mean, I feel like, as cheesy as this may sound, everything we've done is what got us here. But I mean, I think definitely we were probably, you know, we definitely were doing too much at once. We thought we needed to open up more restaurants. We thought we needed to continue to push the lemonade. We thought we needed to continue to open up these commercial kitchens. I'm happy with where we're at now, but, you know, if you would have asked me maybe 12 to 18 months ago, I'd go, what are we doing? Like, why did I get us in this situation? Because I'm the one always pushing forward. And it's great where the dust has settled now and we're appreciative of all this. But, you know, now when I see a building, a commercial building that could be good, I'm like, I'm not looking at that, you know.
So you purposefully change your direction.
Gotta look the other direction. You know.
What's a surprisingly delightful joy that you have found out of this business and businesses?
We had my son's birthday party recently, and we were able to, it was a soccer theme, and we did all AZ Lemonade themed soccer jerseys for all the kids. So it was not only a social media thing that everyone got to take pictures of, but they just love it. I dropped them off at school 2 days ago, and I saw 4 kids wearing the jersey, and I go, this is cool. Like, we're building a brand now. And it's something that we can go to our families and, you know, be okay with, right? You know, I think we definitely have created something that I think with the candy now and these other things, we're going to continue to build these brands that I think we're going to be proud of. So having my kid, get stopped and say, that's a cool jersey, and by a 6th grader, and he's only in first. And it's like, oh yeah, that's an easy lemonade
cool
jersey.
Kid.
Yeah.
That's what it's all about.
Of course.
Right?
Yeah, we're really appreciative for what we have, and we're just going to try to build something, and to have 120 employees and employ that many people. When it was him and I starting on a truck and having one other employee, I mean, it's pretty amazing.
Yeah, and what, 9 LLCs?
Yeah, too many.
How many food trucks?
We have 12.
12 food trucks, the one restaurant, and a delightful line of lemonades as well. So when you're not pushing forward, doing R&D on lemonade and candies and whatnot, where are you spending your time?
So I am married, and I have a beautiful son who he plays soccer and baseball, and he's all about sports. So we love doing all that. We travel a decent amount as well. We love going even on weekend trips and doing things. Most recently, we just did New York, and
for a weekend.
Yeah.
Oh wow.
Yeah, we do. We're crazy.
But also cool.
Yeah. I keep trying to get my wife works for one of our companies now. She's been applying to airlines for a long time, not to be a flight attendant or anything, but I'm like, just get one of those jobs where you can work from home and we get free flight benefits.
Yes. Do they have those?
So we can
I
do
pick up one?
Yeah. I might pick one up.
Yeah. So you'll do a weekend in New York.
Yeah, we'll do stuff like that.
Wow. Do you do anything in Arizona?
Oh, yeah. We love going up to Sedona. I love going up there. Flagstaff is another fun one for us. We're always trying to go up there, and love Elote. I love that restaurant up in Sedona. I mean,
I have not been yet.
It's amazing.
I have been in the kitchen after the chef there had done a segment for Your Life Arizona, and it always smelled so good after he left. Which restaurant was in here? I'd go barreling through asking, who was in here? Is it Lotte again?
Yeah.
So I need to get up there at some point.
Mariposa is a great one up there too. Lisa Dahl's awesome.
We love her. What about one local? Give me a local name. Favorite hang with the fam. You're all running out to dinner.
Of course. I would say our sushi spot is Sushi Style on 7th and Bell. Okay. We like going there because it's like a smaller one. Definitely been enjoying. You can't go wrong with Bianco. I love Chibo too. We're pizza people. We're always going back and forth between those two. And, we love going brunch Le Grand if we need to as well.
You got to go home sometimes. Kyle, congratulations on everything. Please say hi to Tom for me.
I will.
And just know that I'm like a proud little mama bear when I see your stuff in the stores. I'm so happy for you.
Thank you for everything you've done for us, honestly.
Thank you. Thanks for listening to Jamie's Local Love, the podcast. I'm your host, Jamie Soretta. Our technician is Tom Heidinger. Our editors are Lorraine Shearing and Gina Coy. Do you know a business worthy of some local love? Email me at jsoretta@azfamily.com. Follow us at facebook.com/Soretta and Instagram @Soretta News. Make sure to subscribe and give us a 5-star review, please. And tell your friends about the podcast and the businesses we feature to show your local love. You can find us on Apple, YouTube, Spotify, Amazon Music, and anywhere you get your podcasts.
Jamie's Local Love, an Arizona's Family Originals podcast.